Okay, here's a shot of our bins and the super sacks we have ready to go to Vitro Minerals. They're supposed to pick them up tomorrow. They'll bring a long flatbed capable of dealing with something that looks like about 40,000 pounds of crushed glass. Here's a shot of our setup. See some super sacks there on the far left. Gets loaded, front end loader. We'll fire it up in a bit into the hopper. Goes up. This is on the left side. We have the bottle crusher, and the trommel is in the foreground here with the super sacks underneath it. We collect the mesh or the sand, the finer grain sand first, and then the coarser glass second. The bag underneath the conveyor is for catching metal objects. Behind that we have a bag that collects most of the paper. Okay, as we keep panning around, we take in the windshield crusher. Windshields are loaded from the front end. They go in from that port that you see above the stack of crushed glass, get crushed, get passed through again the trommel and sorted and put in bags. We sell them separately. We get a better price for windshield glass. So we'll fire all these things up here in a minute. Okay, this is the control panel. The control panel with the main circuit breaker here on the far right. The various relays that turn on the various elements of the system. And I'll point them out here in a second. This position right here is our power reset. This switch turns on the trommel, and depending on whether we're doing windshields or glass bottles, this particular row turns on the windshield crusher, and this row right here brings on the various elements of the bottle crusher. I hope that worked out okay, kind of doing this all one-handed, so I hope that's pretty clear to you. But basically you have start and stop buttons for all the various conveyors and breakers. Okay, here we go. Cut up some glass. Okay, this is the output end of the system. The trommel basically does our sorting. Two size screens actually separate the two sizes of glass and the final amount of trash that we separate. In the case of windshields, it's the plastic that's sandwiched between two pieces of glass in the windshield kind of comes off about the size of potato chips, maybe a little bit larger. We haven't found anybody that accepts it as a recyclable, so for us it's just trash. Our next bag is the coarser particles from the windshield. I'll get some here. You can see it's a coarser glass. We use it for our countertops, landscaping. It's also a product we sell directly to Vitro Minerals. And then the first sorting from the windshield machine is a sand. We call it mesh, and that goes into the first bag. The first screen picks off the smaller particles, and that also is available for our countertops and direct sale to Vitro. That's pretty much the output products from the windshield process. Okay, what we've got here is a scoop of bottles. Just pick them up with the front end loader, bring them up, load them into the hopper. Kind of a continuous operation. We could be loading this while we're crushing glass. Okay. So what we have here is our feed system. Small vibrator actually moves the glass out of the hopper and onto the conveyor. Show you how that works. We can actually adjust the feed rate so that we get kind of the right flow. It's kind of dependent on the mix of glass and bottles as to how fast we want to go. I'll speed this up a little bit. And this is just continuously variable. It's on-off plus a variable pot that allows us to change the vibration speed. Once the glass makes the conveyor, it goes up to the first breaker at the top. It's broken. Glass debris is taken away and moved to the back, dumped out into a super sack on the back side, dropped into another conveyor, which takes us up to the second breaker. At this point, we can take the glass off at a size of about ½ inch off the back side. And if we allow it to continue on, which is what we're doing, it'll take this conveyor here up to the last breaker and then get sorted in the trommel where we again collect it in super sacks. Here we have, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but this is the first sizing off the trommel. It just comes into the bags. We'll fill the bags all the way up and then pull them out with the forklift and then pull them on pallets. In the next size bag, again, you'll see something similar to what you saw with the windshield glass. The larger pieces of glass are collected here. This is typically the size we use in mixes for the countertops, but also a popular product with Vitro. And finally, when we're not doing windshields, you can see that the last bit of the paper that doesn't make it through the glass process actually gets dumped in this trash bag at the very end. Once it's filled up, we just simply take it and send it off the trash.